everyone. Welcome to yet another episode of Cloud and Coffee, where we always talk about great conversations while sipping even better coffee. Cheers.
Cheers.
I'm your host, Ruth, and today I am joined with an amazing guest who's going to introduce herself. Welcome.
Hi, I'm Beryl Samba, the COO of Pawa IT.
Beryl, welcome again to my hot seat.
Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome. I think you need to stop introducing me like I'm a new person. This is now the third episode of Cloud and Coffee. I keep on mixing it up. But yes, now I'm just a permanent installment in our mini podcast.
Yeah. Okay, so as usual, we're going to start with a fun coffee question. And the first coffee question is on coffee preparation. So are you an instant coffee person, or you're the grinding beans, the process, the ritual?
I am an instant coffee person. I don't think I have the patience to understand the intricacies of coffee making. Yeah.
Okay. So the second question is the barista. So would you rather have a barista who is quiet, fast, and always gets it right, or one who is super friendly but takes forever?
Quiet, fast, and always gets it right. I have friends in my life for friendliness, like just get the job done. Yeah.
Okay, so now that AI is the A thing, what can organizations do to make the most out of the AI that's available in their day-to-day tools and softwares?
Okay. So, case in point, there's Gemini for Google Workspace. So in the beginning of the year, Google Workspace got an update, and Gemini is available in it. Like it's available in composing email, on chats, on spaces, on calendars, on the editors. And if you do know how to use it well, it really does make, let's say, your productivity better and just your day-to-day work easier, right? But it's one thing for the AI to be available within the software, and it's another way to ensure there's adoption, like organization wide. And you see, with such things, and even from what I've noticed even within Pawa IT, there's the normal curve, right? We have the early adapters, then we have early adapters on one side and we have laggards on one side. So the challenge organizations need to get to is getting everybody at a healthy middle, right? Where there's not a high adoption rate, right? Because maybe that's not really feasible, but a relatively good adoption rate. I think anything above 60% for the whole organization is a good target. And I think the 4 ways in which I would get an organization to get to that higher adoption rate is: 1, establish an AI council. So this AI council will be a group of people who will be like establishing the practices within the organization, that evaluate the AI tools to use. They'll figure out what IP are we protecting. They will also monitor and provide policies in terms of responsible use. So this AI council is, let's say, a group of people that understand technology and understand the technology and now set the guidelines in how it should be used. Secondly, it's very important to monitor adoption, right? So it's one thing to have it, but it's very, very important that, you constantly review how are people using it, and by monitoring the adoption, you'll be able to identify key members within your community who are like really taking it up, right? And once you identify these people within the organization, you can also appoint them to become Gen AI champions. And also, as you monitor the adoption, you'll also figure out, okay, people are using it more on this tool versus this tool. Like, let's say people are using it more on email, they're not using it on the editors. And once you do that, you're also able to upskill very specifically in terms of, okay, the organization needs to have more training on this. They need to have more awareness of this, right? And this is how now you use those people who are early adopters or who are like really using the tools very efficiently. And you can make them trainers of trainer. And you see, it's also less intimidating when your colleague is the one who is upskilling you versus, let's say, all the decks you send in terms of, guys, do this training, or all those videos that you send that people don't really watch, as opposed to actually making it personal and making it's more approachable, and you become less scared when you see, oh, Ruth is using it, right? So I think that is a very quick way in which to get adoption up. And then lastly, I think, let me just emphasize on the aspect of Gen AI champions. These Gen AI champions are the ones who will share the best practices. There is one way in which, you get the technology and it's shown a certain way, and oftentimes people use it differently. So the Gen AI champions are the ones who humanize the technology. They're the ones who are the success stories, and even they're the ones who become the support within the organization. So I think for me, those are the 4 tips in which I would put in place to ensure adoption. So I'll just go through them again. So that's: first, have an AI council, monitor adoption, have Gen AI champions, and invest in upskilling.